lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
Live from the UMD Fieldhouse, this is Calvin Keys bringing you the action on ACTV as we've got Bulldog hockey. The Adrian College Bulldogs traveling to take on the Michigan-Dearborn Wolverines. They say proximity breeds rivalry, and when it comes to Adrian and Michigan-Dearborn hockey, that is certainly the case. In a month where the Wolverines in Ann Arbor were deemed the victors valiant on the gridiron, the Bulldogs are looking to make sure they emerge victorious over the Wolverines of Dearborn. They've won the last 6 matchups between these two teams, and they make the hour-long trip to the UMD Fieldhouse to take on the Wolverines. It's a great day for hockey here in Dearborn, Michigan. Puck drop are underway. Bulldogs moving left to right as they go off sides. They are in the all-black setup with gold helmets. Michigan-Dearborn Wolverines wearing white uniforms with navy helmets as we'll have a face-off just outside the Wolverine zone after Dylan Gajewski took the puck in off sides for the Bulldogs. Adrian 30-10 all-time against the Wolverines, coming off of a win last weekend against Western Michigan, looking to keep that momentum going here today. This puck is controlled by Sebastian Smith right in front of the Wolverine net, skied it over the crossbar. Going to work down low is Sebastian Smith, able to regain the loose puck. Smith heading behind the goal. He'll look back up top. This is Sheldon Nolan, a long shot, tipped wide by DeGiulio. And the rebound is lifted up over the crossbar, all the way across the net into the near corner. This one's shot around by Max Hartwell. Held in well on the wall by Brody Thornton. And Thornton laying a heavy hit down low on Hartwell. Wolverines still unable to clear it. This is a long shot coming in from Nolan. Turned aside by the right pad of the Dearborn netminder. Another save off the left pad from the shot from Smith, who's tangled up with Hartwell down low. Puck chipped out into neutral ice. Crashing through hard was Josh Weber, able to play it in deep into Bulldog territory. That was Tanner Beals making a couple of nice saves for the Michigan-Dearborn Wolverines. Stopping that rush was Ryan Stanley to play it back up as Cunningham crunched by Brody Thornton on the zone entry. Dearborn gets it into Bulldog territory. This is carried behind his own goal by Brody Thornton. Pass is sent on along and then centered for Sam Spate. Looks right wing for Caleb Mins. Mins will carry and saucer down for Spate. And Beals kicks it away as the saucer pass from Mins didn't connect with Spate. Skittered towards the goal and Beals able to turn it away. Puck now found by Cy Toth, moving it up through the neutral zone. Spate will find it just outside the Wolverine blue line and carry in. Bulldogs in the offensive zone. A shot from Mins. Handcuffed Tanner Beals, and he's finally able to cover up after the initial shot bounced off his glove. We get a whistle and a face-off coming on the right side of the Wolverine zone with 18-11 still to play in this first period. Bulldogs with a couple of nice early chances. Beals handling the shot from Caleb Mins awkwardly, but able to cover in the end. Jordan Camilla to take this face-off against the Wolverines' Joey Cullinan from the near side dot in the Michigan-Dearborn end. Draw is one back. Toth reaching after it. Can't get there in time as it's chipped out by the Wolverines' Bailey Bird, leading scorer for Michigan-Dearborn this season. Knocked down through center by Bird. It'll fall to Armstrong, who will shoot it into the far corner of the Wolverine zone for the Bulldogs. Wolverines looking to skate it out. This is stabbed down along by Craig McKegg. Cullinan, looking to play this one deep. Hatcher will go back for it in his own zone. On the wall, this is Jordan Camilla, able to bank it off the boards. Foot race back for it as Makarchuk gets back there first for Michigan-Dearborn. Makarchuk carrying this one over center ice. Still Makarchuk. Nice toe drag move, trying to get a backhand shot off. He can't, and the follow-up shot was blocked off the stick of Joey Cullinan as he had a chance in the slot, and Michigan-Dearborn scores! 2.5 minutes in, it's a point shot that squeaks in for the home team. That's A.J. Bennett sending one over the glove hand of Peyton Traska to give the Michigan-Dearborn Wolverines a 1-0 lead here early. Great start to the hockey game for Michigan-Dearborn. This was a chance that started with the rush from Dearborn. Couldn't get a shot off in the slot thanks to the physical play of the Bulldog defense. Puck comes back to the point. Bennett trying his luck from distance. Traska may have been screened in front, didn't see it. That puck sneaks over his glove hand into the top corner. And just like that, with 17 minutes to go here in the first period from the UMD Fieldhouse, Michigan-Dearborn leading 1-0. How will the Bulldogs respond? They angle it on for Jamer on the far wing. He walks in, shoots. That ramps up off a stick of a Wolverine and up into the netting, out of play. 16:58 on the clock. Nice stick work by the Wolverine defense as Jamer was in on the rush there. And the net knocked off its moorings as the Bulldogs were crashing towards the crease. Tanner Beals has been tested a couple of times so far tonight and come up strong, making some key saves. We'll have a face-off on the near side of the Wolverine zone. Just waiting for the puck drop here. Finally, this one tied up at the circle. Crashing through is Jamer to find it. Jamer trying to work one along. Getting some help from one of his teammates here. Finally cleared out by the Wolverines. Racing after it here is Matthews. Nolan will get there first. Sheldon Nolan reversing it for his D partner Thornton. Off the window. This one all the way down for Hartwell. Mishandled it. Matt DeCesare will get by him. Sends one towards the blocker side of Beals, who waffle boarded it away. Now a centering chance for Jamer. And a glove save made by Tanner Beals on Justin Jamer from the high slot. Great hustle on the play by DeCesare as that puck was skipping around awkwardly. Skipped over the stick of the Wolverine defenseman. DeCesare able to get there, fire a shot, but another Nice pair of stops from Tanner Beals to make a blocker save on DeCesare, shot from the right side, and then from the middle of the high slot, Justin Jamer sent one that was gloved by Beals. Face-off coming up on the far side of the Michigan-Dearborn zone with 16:29 to go. University of Michigan-Dearborn 1, Adrian nothing here in the early stages, thanks to a goal from A.J. Bennett. Puck will skitter all the way down ice. David Dell will handle it, plays it along the wall. This is found by Ian Kimball. Kimball playing it back deep. Dell wrapping one around the dasher board. Stanley, the Michigan defenseman, able to win the race and keep it inside the blue. It's wrapped all the way back around out to neutral ice. Sebastian Smith stands up a Wolverine. Will skate it into the O-zone. Smith trying to knock it out of the air with the puck bouncing around. Squirts out for side. Toth steps up, shoots. This one redirected by DeJulio. And again, Tanner Beal standing tall, spreading out the left pad to Rob DeJulio in tight. Here's Smith. Sets up a howitzer from Gajewski right into the glove of Tanner Beals. Another whistle with 15:47 to go in the first. Good chances for the Bulldogs on that shift as they look to respond after going down 1-0, 2.5 minutes in. Again, if you're just joining us, A.J. Bennett getting Michigan-Dearborn on the board. Face-off won by the Wolverines. They opt to wrap it around the wall. Once more, this is played out by McKegg. Icing is waved as after it is Cullinan. First man in down low, knocked into the end boards by Ethan McLaughlin. This will be lobbed out by Sam Spate for Mins to chase, but he loses the race, and this will come back as icing after Spate airmailed that puck all the way down the rink. Touching up was Josh Makerchuk for the Wolverines. We'll have a face-off coming back in the Adrian zone to the near side. Cullinan squaring off with Spate at the dot. Wolverines win another face-off. This is Cullinan taking it himself, walking into the near corner, spun away from Spate. Back for Makerchuk, long shot. Nice save made by Peyton Traska, starting in net tonight for the Bulldogs. Turns it aside with the left pad. Noah DeCottney is not starting tonight for Adrian. Was feeling under the weather this morning. Traska, the freshman, gets the nod. Has allowed one goal so far, that one coming 2.5 minutes in, but able to make the save on that chance as it's worked back into the Wolverine zone. Getting possession is the goal scorer for Michigan-Dearborn. It's A.J. Bennett turning up ice. Sent it right towards the stick of Spate, but Cullinan able to recover. He'll skate into the Bulldog zone, and a glove save made by Peyton Traska on the chance from Cullinan. Another whistle with 14:51 to go in this first period. Again, glad to have you with us here on ACTV for this radio broadcast. Calvin Keys with you from UMD Fieldhouse in Dearborn, Michigan. First half of a back-to-back series this week between these two squads. Adrian will host Michigan-Dearborn on Thursday at Arrington Ice Arena, but they start off the slate by traveling to Dearborn for this game. Camilla taking this face-off against Kapari. Bulldogs win it back. This is played around Cameron Armstrong to chase it. A knuckling puck. Traska able to knock it off of his chest as Hartwell tried a long shot from the blue. Camilla and neutral ice will backhand this one down low where it will be handled by Max Hartwell, who had the shot at the other end of the rink. Lifted forwards by A.J. Bennett. This is back for, I believe it is Nolan, who was able to loft it all the way back into Wolverine territory. Bulldogs laying the forecheck as Nash Hatcher knocks over a Wolverine. I believe that was potentially Quest Bigelow who got the worst of the check, and he's still down in some discomfort on the ice. Huge hit laid by Hatcher, and certainly hope this Michigan-Dearborn player is okay. Not sure who it is, didn't see a number, but Hatcher came flying in on the forecheck and laid a massive body contact. Best wishes going out to this Wolverine player as he's still in some discomfort at the moment. That was Dawson Nelson who was down on the ice. Now he's getting up and hunched over, will skate off the ice under his own power, a positive sign to see. Did not see an arm up in the air, but the referee is having a conference here with 14:12 to go in the first period after a heavy hit from Nash Hatcher, making his presence felt offensively here. Again, Michigan-Dearborn leading 1-0. A.J. Bennett a long point shot that may have gotten a redirect, or the Bulldog netminder Peyton Traska may have been screened, but nonetheless, that'll stand as a goal early on in this game. No penalty on the play, the referees say, and we'll have a face-off from the near side of the Michigan-Dearborn zone. This face-off is clawed back by Chance Matthews. Wolverines play it around the boards. This is found by Thornton, looking to move it on for DeCesare. That's cut off, and Matthews will shoot it in for the Wolverines. All the way around the wall, Nolan racing after it, finds it on the far boards. He's knocked into by Josh Weber. Matt DeCesare able to skate it out to the neutral zone, looking for Jamer Saucer, pass over his stick. Icing waved as handling this puck is Ryan Stanley. Sent right up through the seam. Nobody there, but it'll go all the way down on goal towards Trasko, who will handle it for David Dell. Dell will wait behind the net for the Bulldogs as they get a line change and start their breakout. Dell sending one towards Jamer on the near boards. Dropped right back off for Dell. Far side for Thornton. Brody Thornton will dump it in after gaining center. Tanner Beals out to play it. Around the boards, this one ramps up over the Bulldog defenseman Dell. Still Adrian somehow able to keep it in. Finally out to center. Dell again will chop this one down low towards the Michigan-Dearborn net, where Tanner Beals will cover up with the captain for the Bulldogs, Matteo DiGiulio, flying in. And with 13:08 to go in this first period, a face-off on the near side of the Michigan-Dearborn zone. DiGiulio will take this face-off against Matt Cunningham. One back by DiGiulio for Dylan Gajewski. Fires a shot. Blocker save made by Beals. Off the tops of the right circle from Gajewski. DiGiulio tried another shot, turned aside by Beals, who's been great so far. Josh Makerchuk, the defenseman, with plenty of open ice to skate it up for Michigan-Dearborn. He'll send a long shot towards the glove of Traska, who will hold on for another whistle. Early on, with 12:50 to go in this first period, we've seen a lot of whistles, with teams getting pucks to the net early and often. Right now, it is 1-0 Michigan-Dearborn. A.J. Bennett, the defenseman, on the board. An early point shot 2.5 minutes in. Michigan-Dearborn getting a line change as we've got a draw on the near side of the Adrian zone. Drawn back cleanly by DiGiulio. Sliding back for it is Toth as a pair of Wolverines bump into each other and fall down to the ice in the near corner of the Adrian zone. Gajewski knocking it down with a high stick, but high sticking violation negated since Makerchuk was the next guy to touch it. Bennett will pirouette away from Gajewski, sending one ahead off the skate of Toth. Still it's in the neutral zone. Gajewski looking up for Sebastian Smith, couldn't get it to him. This one steered back on the other way by McKegg. Cullinan in on the forecheck towards Dell. Cullinan able to find it. Puck tied up along the end boards behind Peyton Traska. Into the near corner of Adrian territory. Gajewski will dig it off the wall, but right to McKegg. Still Gajewski battling after it with McKegg. Eventually, DiGiulio will come away with it, play it around the boards where Bennett will pinch in, send one towards the goal. That's sticked aside by Traska. Sebastian Smith airmailing the puck through center. Bulldogs get a much-needed change as the Wolverines putting the press on them. A.J. Bennett turning and skating quickly up ice. Gets by Sam Spate. Bennett trying to cut back, now sticked away by Spate. Mins playing it in, banking it off the boards to chase in towards Makerchuk, who handles the puck. Now found by Bennett. Bulldogs swarming behind the Wolverine goal, but Michigan-Dearborn able to keep it as this is moved forward by Dawson Nelson, back up on his skates after taking a hard hit from Nash Hatcher on his previous shift, and looks to be okay. Nathaniel Mott behind the goal line in Adrian territory. This will be moved up for Mins, then returned for Mott once more. Nathaniel Mott snaps a pass up for Spate at the center ice red line. Spate lobbing one that's gloved down by Max Hartwell for the Wolverines. Hartwell looking back for Jake Emery. Now Emery moving it on. Icing waved here as the puck sent all the way down. Mott takes a hit. Tried to move for Hatcher, but it bounced over number 7 in Black's stick. Now stolen away. And this is skated up ice by Sam Spate. Spate driving wide to the left side, looking to center for Cameron Armstrong, who had his stick tied up towards the Wolverine net. Hatcher trying to keep it in, but they'll get it through for Chance Matthews. Matthews sends the puck off the skate of his line mate, Josh Weber, and Weber goes in offsides. Whistle with 10:45 to go. Michigan-Dearborn 1, Adrian nothing. As we'll have a face-off on the near side of the neutral zone, just outside the Adrian blue line, or on the far side rather. Matthews to take this face-off against Camilla. Jordan Camilla Draw one for Sheldon Nolan. Nolan up for Hatcher. Chipped into the near boards. Armstrong will give chase. Lays a hit on Matthews. Wolverines able to shoot it out. Thornton got a piece of it, but not enough. This one will go all the way down. Nolan to touch it. Thought the icing was going to get negated, but they will blow the whistle for icing, and puck will go back towards the Michigan-Dearborn zone. Michigan-Dearborn coaching staff, none too pleased in this one with the call. They thought it should have been icing, and I was right there with them. Thought this was going to come back for icing. Chris Haltener, the head men's ice hockey coach for the Wolverines. This puck just inside the Michigan-Dearborn blue line, able to move it forwards as Josh Weber played all the way around in Adrian territory. Jamer fighting for it on the boards. This bounces off Chad Notzel and back towards Peyton Traska, who will cover up after a funny bounce. We've got 10-10 to go in this first period. Michigan-Dearborn 1, Adrian nothing. Again, glad you joined us here on ACTV for this radio broadcast. Calvin Keys with you here from the UMD Fieldhouse in Dearborn, Michigan. Thankful to have you with us on your Tuesday night. Hope you're enjoying the coverage of this game. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you enjoy keeping up with Adrian College Athletics, and follow us on all social media platforms at Adrian College TV. We'll retry this face-off on the near side of the Adrian zone after the first one was blown dead. Wolverines win the puck back for Stanley, who will shoot it below the goal line. Dell, pass too far ahead of Notzel. Shot from the point is blocked off by DeCesare. Notzel carrying in, lost it in his feet. Tried to chip it out, was the Wolverines. Dell finding it at the blue line. He's clothesline. Maybe a break developing for the Wolverines. This is Matt Cunningham on the left wing. Cunningham looking for passing options. Snaps one. Back for Kimball. Sent it right into the chest of Peyton Traska, who pins it to the Adrian text on his chest. As that shot from a dangerous area for Kimball. Got a slight wind up for a quick slap shot towards the Bulldog netminder Peyton Traska. Native of Drayton Valley, Alberta, the 6'3", 195-pound goaltender getting some action. He's played just a couple of games so far this season. But with Noah DeCottney's not feeling well, he gets the nod tonight in this game. This is one back towards Traska, moved aside by Smith. Gajewski can't get it out as it's held in by Stanley at the point for the Wolverines. Puck still in the Adrian zone. Sebastian Smith will chip it down. All the way back down for it. Stanley looking for the puck. He's hit by DeJulio. Looking up ice with it is Declan Flanagan. Wolverines get a touch. This is McKegg battling with Mott at the end wall in Adrian territory with 9:15 to go in this first period. Michigan-Dearborn versus Adrian in ACHA Men's Division I hockey. Glad you're with us here on ACTV. Mott trying to work the puck away from Craig McKegg on a board battle. This one bounced off of the Adrian bench as the Bulldogs tried to clear it, and we get a stoppage with the faceoff likely staying inside the Adrian zone. Hope you're enjoying this game so far from UMD Fieldhouse. Looking at the stats for Peyton Traska so far this season, in 5 games played, he is 5-0 with a 2.18 goals against average and a .908 save percentage. Has allowed just the 1 goal in this game so far, coming from A.J. Bennett. Puck finds its way to Mins on the near boards. He's crunched there by Ethan Markula. Taken down here is Brody Thornton by Markula, who hooked him, and a penalty upcoming. But here's Hunter Allen on the rush, circling behind the net. Allen in tow with the net empty. 6 skaters on the ice for the Bulldogs with a delayed penalty. They'll head to the power play as soon as Michigan-Dearborn is able to touch this puck. Still Adrian possesses. Thornton up top, looking down low for Nolan. Pass missed. Finally touching it is Josh Makerchuk, and we'll have our first power play of the night. With Markula going to the box for Michigan-Dearborn, Adrian goes to the power play here on the road, trailing by 1. Hooking is the call as expected against Ethan Markula. He goes to the box for 2 minutes. Bulldogs will have their first power play of the night. Shots are 10-9 in favor of Adrian. Face off on the far side of the Michigan-Dearborn zone, won by the Bulldogs. This is Dylan Gajewski looking Rick wide. What a pass for Sebastian Smith. He scores! Smith makes it 1-1. Just 6 seconds into the power play for the Adrian College Bulldogs. Clean face-off win, and what vision from Dylan Gajewski to move it rink wide through the seam all the way over for Sebastian Smith, who was wide open, and having to slide across the crease was Tanner Beals. Plenty of room for Smith to shoot at. He's able to get it over the Michigan-Dearborn goaltender, who was sprawled out on the ice into the top right corner, and the Bulldogs have tied this game 1-1. Goals for Adrian now from Smith for the Bulldogs, and then for Michigan-Dearborn, they got a goal 2.5 minutes in from A.J. Bennett. All tied up at 1 here at the UMD Fieldhouse in Dearborn, Michigan, just about an hour away from the campus of Adrian College. Handled behind the net by Jake Emery. Sends this one off the boards. Toth back up for Hatcher, trying to work it through. Emery couldn't play it through center. Bulldogs get it back deep towards the Wolverines. Hatcher applying pressure. This is handled by Matthews for the Wolverines, looking up ice for Bigelow. That pass is intercepted by Toth. Hartwell moving it out. Skate to stick here for Bigelow. He'll gain center and is hit hard by Armstrong, but able to get the puck deep into the Adrian end. Dell takes a hit, moves for Toth. In hard on the forecheck is Matthews. It's been a physical game so far. Both teams a scrum in the far corner. Camilla able to find it. Jordan Camilla still trying to elevate. He'll battle on the far board, still able to be kept just inside the blue line. Finally, Nash Hatcher able to work it free, but then it turned it right back over to Michigan-Dearborn. And Cy Toth bowls over Josh Weber down to the ice. Finally, the Bulldogs get it to neutral ice. It's Michigan-Dearborn responding with a strong shift after giving up that goal that tied this game at 1 shorthanded. Hartwell just missed the net there, trying to go low to the far side on Traska from the left wing. This one sent in front. What a save by Peyton Traska with the right pad in tight on Quest Bigelow, who got a nice feed and was in all alone, tried to tuck it with the backhand to the bottom left corner. As a huge collision, Bulldogs are going to take a penalty here as Nash Hatcher delivers a cross check to Max Hartwell. Hatcher upset that he thought he got hit late by Hartwell after the puck was gone, but delivered a heavy cross-check to his back, and now Michigan-Dearborn will go to the power play. Hatcher, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Only took 6 seconds for Adrian to cash in to tie this game at 1 on the power play. Can Michigan-Dearborn respond with a goal of their own? 9 saves made by Peyton Traska so far, 10 for Tanner Beals. Bulldogs 1 for 1 on the power play. Now Michigan-Dearborn will get a chance. Looking at the statistics this year so far in the goaltending department, Tanner Beals has played 13 games this season, has a 2.34 goals against average and a .914 save percentage. Has been great as the Bulldogs have been peppering him so far in this one. Game now tied. DeGiulio having a word with the official. They won't change their decision. Power play about to commence here for Michigan-Dearborn with 6:59 left on the clock. Game's tied 1-1. Bulldogs win the opening face-off off the draw to start the power play. Quest Bigelow will claw it back for Stanley at the point, however. Stanley over for Hartwell. They interchange. Hartwell up top of the blue line, pressured by Jamer. Able to get it for Bigelow. Open space where Stanley tries not to shoot, or opts not to shoot, rather. Hartwell will look back to Stanley, bounces off the boards. The big Wolverine defenseman turns on a dime to get away from DeCesare. Trying to slip one out front. Stolen by Matt DeCesare, but he can't clear. Had his stick lifted at the last second. Played back to the point for Hartwell. For Michigan-Dearborn, that one swallowed up by Peyton Traska on the point shot. He'll hold on. 34 seconds in to the Michigan-Dearborn power play. Traska, a nice save as that one hit him in the chest. 6:25 to go in the first here from the UMD Fieldhouse. As we mentioned in the open, big history between these two teams. Adrian leads the all-time series 30-10. They've won the last 6 meetings between these two hockey clubs, including both games last season by scores of 5-0 on the road and 3-2 at home. Emery moving it to the far side. This is controlled by Joey Cullinan. Here's Cullinan. Left for Emery. Michigan-Dearborn playing it down low. Emery gives and then gets the return pass back. Here's Cullinan. Sent over. That pass just out of the wheelhouse of Josh Weber. Trying to work it out is Josh Armstrong. Cullinan slid over for Emery on the far side of the point. Ramps up in the air off a stick. Cullinan able to field it down. Michigan-Dearborn continues to possess halfway through their power play. 54 seconds remaining on the shot. And a glove save made by Traska on the ripper from Chance Matthews. from far out. Bulldogs doing a good job on the penalty kill of keeping the Wolverines to the outside here. Face-off coming up on the near side of Adrian territory with 51 seconds left on the Wolverines power play. They'll send out their second power play unit right now. Looking at the statistics for A.J. Bennett, the Wolverine defenseman who scored for them so far in this first period. It was his third goal of the season that got the scoring started just 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the game as the Bulldogs will clear it down the rink. And on the other side of things, it is Sebastian Smith with his 16th goal of the season, 6 seconds into a Bulldog power play to tie this one at 1. Michigan-Dearborn looking to get a power play goal of their own. That one whistled over the crossbar on the shot for Declan Flanagan on the rush. Now it's batted away. Matt DeCesare having a chance here shorthanded. Finally shut down. He'll opt to just take the calm approach, look to kill some clock, possessing down low in Michigan-Dearborn territory. DeCesare taken down to the ice. Nowhere up in the air. This is played on ahead, mishandled by the Wolverines, but somehow they're able to work it forwards. This is Craig McKegg carrying it. 9 seconds left on the Dearborn power play. McKegg hampered by Toth. Now it'll be found by Armstrong, who's able to lift it down. Penalty to Nash Hatcher for cross-checking is killed off. Bulldogs return to even strength. Score still tied 1-1 with 4:54 left to go in the first period. Heavy collision between Bigelow and Graham, and a penalty upcoming to Connor Graham after Graham just caught Bigelow knee on knee. Looked like it might have been incidental, but it will be a tripping call made against the Bulldogs' Connor Graham, and Michigan-Dearborn will be going right back to the power play. Quest Bigelow still down on the ice, holding his right knee. Hope he's okay. Those knee-on-knee collisions can be incredibly scary. I think that's what we're going to see here, as Bigelow will be attended to by the trainer. 4:47 left on the clock here in the first period. Adrian head coach Gary Astalos having a conversation with the official. It's just kind of an awkward coming together between Bigelow and Graham near center ice. And Bigelow is going to be helped off the ice as he's unable to put weight on his left leg. Thoughts and prayers going out to Quest Bigelow, praying for healing for him. So that was just kind of an awkward collision, but Connor Graham will be called for it. 2 minutes for tripping. Michigan-Dearborn power play that looked okay at times will get another chance to operate here with 4:47 left in the period. Calvin Keys with you here for a radio broadcast from Dearborn, Michigan here on ACTV. Glad you've joined us for ACHA Men's Division I Hockey. Cullinan will step in to take the face-off for the Wolverines, who win it back for Weber just inside the blue line. Over for Emery. Now down. This is Cullinan. Pass broken up. Bulldogs get it out to center. Taken right back to Emery, who will regroup in his own end behind his own net. Here's Emery. Up through the middle. Armstrong has a ramp off his stick. Sam Spate finding it. They'll look back for Nolan. This one carrying off a Dearborn twig into the Adrian bench. Face-off upcoming. 4:24 left on the first period clock. Score still 1-1. A.J. Bennett and Sebastian Smith with goals for either side. Not the first period Adrian envisioned here on the road, giving up a goal 2.5 minutes in. Michigan-Dearborn has really played strong to start this game with a smothering forecheck. And these last 2 consecutive penalties after Adrian was looking to keep their momentum after seizing a power play goal have really given some of the edge back to the Wolverines, albeit they haven't generated many chances on special teams. But if anything, it's halted Adrian's momentum they had gained from just scoring a goal moments ago. Weaving through center to take it in is Jake Emery. Emery up high, gives his team a chance to get set. Snaps one over, the shot! One-timer is saved by Traska. He'll hold on. Joey Cullinan, the blast from the far wing, and the Wolverines captain sends one low towards the left pad of Peyton Traska, and the Alberta product covers it up with the glove. Face-off on the far side of the Adrian zone coming up. Sam Spate will square off with Craig McKegg at the dot. Spate wins it for Nathaniel Mott, who's immediately pinned to the board. Spate will find it and send it the length of the ice with 1:18 left on the Michigan-Dearborn power play. Tanner Beals out to leave it for his defenseman. Carrying it on now is Ryan Stanley. Stanley crosses over his own blue line. Now he's through center. Ryan Stanley on the zone entry, stops up in the far corner, pressured by Ethan McLaughlin. He's crunched. Nathaniel Mott will find it, sends this one all the way around the plexiglass and cleared again. Strong penalty kill so far for the Bulldogs. Beals over towards Declan Flanagan. Flanagan Back around the boards. Again, this is Stanley. Wolverines trying to carry it out of their own zone with 45 seconds left on their power play, as Stanley will gain center and chop this one all the way around the wall. Hustling in as Hartwell heads towards the Adrian net. No clean shot is able to get off. Declan Flanagan to Stanley in the middle of the blue line. Now it's over for Hartwell. Shoots! Ring the iron with the shot off the left post. Another drive. And that one is set wide by Declan Flanagan. Boy, Hartwell inches away from regaining the lead for the Wolverines. Wound up for the slap shot that beat Traska, but whizzes off the left post near the joint and will stay out as Bulldogs clear again. 10 seconds left on the Wolverine power play. They'll head out from behind their own net. This is Makarchuk. Josh Makarchuk looking to get around DeJulio. Still Makarchuk. Cutting back. Angled to the wall by DeJulio. Finally, Bulldogs will clear it out. This is Bennett. Bennett towards Cunningham. Cunningham will find Makarchuk as the Bulldogs kill off the penalty to Connor Graham. They're back at even strength. Sebastian Smith dealing this one on for DeJulio. DeJulio angled by Bennett, but still Mateo DeJulio will circle the goal, decides to hold on. Back to the point, this is Brody Thorne opening up to receive. Down for Sebastian Smith on the cycle. What a pass for DeJulio. He was hooked and couldn't get the shot off. Wolverines carrying this puck out. With it is Cunningham. Stolen by Smith, who will shoot it right back towards the Wolverine defense. DeJulio laying the body as puck makes its way to the Dearborn goal scorer, A.J. Bennett. Final 2 minutes of the first period. Your score is 1-1. Brody Thorne trying to move it out. A heavy collision, and Peyton Traska forced to make a glove save on the shot from Josh Makarchuk. Physical game so far. 2:02 left on the clock. Face off on the near side of the Adrian end. Michigan-Dearborn coming into this game after just falling out of the ACHA rankings, but they have been ranked from anywhere from 15 to 25 early on in this season. They have not batted an eye. Here at home, they've looked confident, taking on, as an unranked team, taking on the number 2 team in the country, the Adrian College Bulldogs, in a non-conference rivalry matchup. Dearborn wins the draw. Thornton will send this one off the boards. Armstrong into the middle. Hatcher clattered into by Hartwell. Spins one back, but it's only for the Bulldogs. Armstrong able to slide through the hit of Hartwell. Here's Armstrong firing one in. That ramped up and out of play off the twig of A.J. Bennett for a whistle with $1:43 left. We'll have a draw on the Michigan-Dearborn zone. Minute and 43 seconds left. Michigan-Dearborn coming into this game with a 15-5 record. Bulldogs on the year are 20-2. Dearborn suffering all 5 of those losses within their last 8 games. Were able to find a response last week against Davenport, and a lone 8-5 win. Before that had dropped 2 games against Aquinas the week prior on January 5th and 6th. And a couple of upset losses, but they're responding in a big way, playing competitive against this Bulldogs team. Point shot heading in there from the Bulldogs. Jordan Camilla took some odd deflections, but Beal's still able to keep it out. This one's set towards the apron. Mott will find it at the point. It comes back to him with $1:25 left. Shot didn't get through. That may have gone off his own teammate Mins in traffic. Sealing it off in the middle zone is Ethan McLaughlin. He'll sandwich Cullen into the boards. McLaughlin looking for it, gets help from Mins. They're joined by the Wolverines' McKegg. Finally taken by Hunter Allen. Gets away from a check. It's Allen cutting backwards, met hard by Hartwell. Heavy collision. Angling to the boards here is Mins. Mins is pressed by Cullinan. They battle on the end wall. We're in the final minute of play here in the first period. McLaughlin on the near boards, pitching in to keep it in. Delivering a hit. There is Hunter Allen. Got to stick into the hands of a Wolverine. They finally get it out towards center. Mott playing it right back in. Sam Spate will tag up, but apparently was not able to tag up, as he'll have to go back again. Chad Noetzel in on the forecheck. 40 seconds now as it's Emery shooting one off the window. Heavy collision. Mott knocked over McKegg. Ice opening up now for Chance Matthews in the far corner. He'll turn back. Hit hard by Noetzel. Bulldogs looking to move it out with 25 seconds to play before the first intermission. Noetzel will work this one on for the Bulldogs to carry in. The shot center. This is sticked away by Beal, is out of play with 18.6 left on the clock. Bodies flying. Physical play being implemented by both teams. Tempers running high. Shots in this game so far, 14-12 in favor of Michigan-Dearborn here at the UMD Fieldhouse. 18 seconds left. Bulldogs send out their top line of DeJulio, Smith, and Gajewski. Dylan Gajewski lining up right behind DeJulio. Clear play design here. DeJulio trying to win the faceoff back for the sniper from Woodhaven, Michigan. Gajewski trying to get a quick shot off with just 18 seconds left to play. Face off here, paramount, 18 seconds left. DeJulio trying to win it back. Instead, the puck will make its way for Josh Weber. Weber skates it through center, looks for Matthews back into the middle. Unable to move it out there was Toth. A heavy hit as stepping up to lay the hammer was DeJulio. Puck sent out of play by Dylan Gajewski in his own end as he was clattered into right afterwards. 3.6 seconds left to face off in the Adrian end on the far side. One more face-off remains here. Face-off is won back cleanly by the Bulldogs, and that'll do it here for the first as they hold it behind their own goal. Score here on the road in Dearborn, Michigan. The University of Michigan-Dearborn won. A.J. Bennett scoring 2.5 minutes in. Bulldogs won with Sebastian Smith scoring 6 seconds into a Bulldog power play. And we will head into this first intermission all tied. Stay with us here on ACTV as our coverage of ACHA hockey continues. And what's been an exciting one so far. Stick with us. We'll be back in 15 minutes' time with the second period.
firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrate each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
Welcome back inside the UMD Fieldhouse, everyone. Our scorer in this ACHA Men's Division I hockey contest, the home team, Michigan-Dearborn, won, and the visitors, Adrian College, won. Heading into the second frame, we will begin even strength after the Bulldogs committed 4 penalty minutes in that first period and just 2 from Michigan-Dearborn. Adrian perfect on the penalty kill and perfect on the power play, 1 for 1 and 2 for 2. 1 for 1 on the power play, 2 for 2 on the penalty kill. Goals in that first period came at the 2:42 mark. A.J. Bennett for Michigan-Dearborn, assisted by Joey Cullinan and Josh Makarchuk. And then at 11:34, Bulldogs got a power play goal from Sebastian Smith, assisted by Dylan Gajewski. Looking at the overall stats in this game so far, Adrian trailing in the shot category. It's 10-9 in favor of Michigan-Dearborn. 8 saves made by the Wolverines' Tanner Beals and 9 made by Peyton Traska. DeJulio chops one towards Beals, who will punch it away towards the near corner of the Dearborn zone. And this one sent up out of play by the defenseman Max Hartwell. Shots now clocking in. Correction, it's Michigan-Dearborn with 14 and Adrian with 12. 13 saves for Traska, 11 for Beals. Both teams have won 15 face-offs apiece, and we'll have another face-off on the near side of the Michigan-Dearborn zone with 19:35 to go in the second period. Awaiting the puck drop here as Dylan Gajewski and Ethan Markula will be instructed to back up on the near boards. Off the draw, this one pops up in the air to Julio. A bone-crunching hit on Matt Cunningham, but scampering up with it is the defenseman Stanley. Ryan Stanley hopping into the rush, sends one right through the blue paint. Nobody home for Michigan-Dearborn on the back door. This one is hammered wide, a slap shot from Declan Flanagan that missed the net. Now kicked forward by DeJulio. On for Sebastian Smith, looking back for DeJulio, but Ryan Stanley cut it off. Now carrying back in, Gajewski, the trailer, will find it. Moves for Sebastian Smith. Smith opening up, circles behind the Michigan-Dearborn goal, looking for the Michigan move, but unable to pick it up as Thornton will play it back around the boards. Cy Toth will get there and again send a shot wide. Once more, this is sent on by Nolan. Shot didn't get through. They battle for it, or rather that's David Dell who will find it behind the Michigan-Dearborn goal. Dell in control of the puck. This one, move back for Smith. Playing it back down low for Mateo DeJulio, trying to shield it away from the Wolverines, but this is stolen by Matt Cunningham. Cunningham at his own end will take his time. A minute and a half into this second period. We're tied 1-1 at the UMD Fieldhouse in Dearborn, Michigan. Sam Spate picking it back up in Adrian territory. Snaps one onto the tape of Caleb Mins. Mins back over for David Dell, the freshman defenseman. Dell with speed, winding wide below the goal line. This one skittering towards the crease of Beals, turned aside by the Wolverines and then found in the far corner by Cullinan. Cullinan angled to the boards, but he'll emerge with the puck, sending one into the middle that could not be handled by Bailey Bird. Leading scorer for the Wolverines. Dell finding it, skating right back in. Hunter Allen in on the forecheck. This is found by the Dearborn goal scorer Bennett. Bennett hit by Allen. Both teams dig away on the far wall of the Wolverine zone. Forcing it forwards is Bennett. Spate will carry this on, sends it off the shoulder of Tanner Beals. It's kept out. Hunter Allen back in front. Pass didn't get through. Spate on the far boards. Back for Toth at the point. Winding, firing is Dell. That's blocked by Bird, who doesn't know where it is. Lost on the near boards. Adrian still maintaining possession on what's been a dominant shift. That puck bounces in. They score. Cy Toth shot from the point, redirected, and the Bulldogs take their first lead of the game, 2-1, with 17:29 left in this second period. I think that went off a Wolverine in front, skipping around awkwardly. Nothing Tanner Beals could do there as it snuck underneath his glove hand, and just like that, Cy Toth getting on the board, the sophomore from Edmonton, Alberta. Toth's third goal of the season. That was a heavy slap shot that I think, as I said, took an odd carom right in front of Beals, so a tough one to stop. Bulldogs lead 2-1 here in the early stages of the second period. Back to grab it is Hartwell. He's bumped into by Hatcher. Bulldogs, after trailing 1-0 early on in the game, have really gotten back to their identity of a strong forecheck and winning battles. Mott going back down low to look for the puck. Worked free for Camilla. Back into the near corner. This is Nash Hatcher off the window. Cannot be held in by Nelson. Moved D to D in the neutral zone by the Wolverines. Hartwell moving it on before evading the check of Armstrong. Michigan-Dearborn goes off sides. This faceoff coming back to the center ice faceoff dot. With 16:56 to go in the second period, Bulldogs recently taking a 2-1 lead in this game thanks to a point shot from Cy Toth. Apologies for that, folks. Technical difficulties. We are back here at the UMD Fieldhouse. Clock running with 16:45 to go in the second period. It's in Adrian territory. Opening up to shoot this puck is Josh Weber. That was blocked well by Nash Hatcher. Camilla trying to usher it onwards. That's cut off. But puck back for Cameron Armstrong now on the far wing in the Dearborn zone. Bennett trying to play it out. This is back to the point. Nathaniel Mott. That shot tipped in traffic. Might have been Armstrong who got the redirect. Shot sails wide. Bodies gather just inside the blue line on the near wall, inside the Michigan-Dearborn zone. Finally pops loose. Chad Notzel to shoot it right back in. Emery below the goal line, snaps one over for Hartwell, logging a lot of minutes for the Wolverines. Puck sails all the way down as Peyton Traska came out to play the puck. There will be no icing on the play. A bit of a miscue from the Adrian goaltender. Mott finding it, able to move it for DeCesare. Notzel trying to support, but it's turned over right back in offensively as Josh Weber. Can't get a shot off. He's reverse hit and knocked onto his backside by Mott. What a body check by the Bulldog defenseman. Puck will come out to center. Dropped off for Flanagan, regrouping the Wolverines here. Now Stanley back up ahead for Michigan-Dearborn, shoots it down. Nathaniel Mott wins the race with 15:33 to go. We've got an icing call against the Wolverines. Scores 2-1 in favor of the visitors from Adrian, Michigan. Only goal of this second period so far has come from Cy Toth, his third of the season. See who got the assist on that goal. They'll give the assist to Hunter Allen and Caleb Mins on the play. Strong start. Bulldogs must have gotten a pep talk at the intermission from their head coach Gary Astalos because they have been firing on all cylinders here in the opening just under 5 minutes of the second period. Bodies collide. Bulldogs find it in the neutral zone. DeGiulio trying to chip one up. That makes its way through for Smith. No offsides on the play. Thornton joining the rush. Lost the puck. Stanley shooting it out, or tried to shoot it out, but it went off the referee. Walking back in. Gajewski! That one handled awkwardly by Tanner Beals. Bodies flying around the blue paint as Beals will hold on. And Cunningham getting into it with Sebastian Smith, who didn't like the cross-check he received. Beals able to keep it out. Stoppage with 15:08 left to go in the second. Scores 2-1 Adrian. We'll have a face-off on the far side of the Michigan-Dearborn zone. Shots even now at 14 apiece. DeGiulio taking this face-off against Cunningham. Bulldog captain has Thornton and Nolan waiting back for the puck at the point. The number 2 ranked Adrian Bulldogs retaking the lead against unranked Michigan-Dearborn in this rivalry game at the UMD Fieldhouse. Dearborn wins the face-off. They'll shoot it down. Nolan winning the race. The play design, Ian Kimball was flying up ice trying to get in behind the Bulldog defense. Couldn't get there in time. Draw will come right back into the Wolverines' territory with 15:01 on the clock. Sebastian Smith and Cy Toth giving the Bulldogs a lift over the lone goal of the Michigan-Dearborn Wolverines. That came from A.J. Bennett. Face-off, one back for Toth, who will move it back down low around the boards. Bulldogs battling for it. It comes free for Kimball. Kimball will skate it out of his own end. Now moved on for Petterly. It ramped off his stick into the Wolverine bench. Face-off at the middle dot near the Michigan-Dearborn logo after this line change from both teams. Allen, Spate, Mins, the line for the Bulldogs. For Michigan-Dearborn right now, it is Bird, Cullinan, as well as McKeag out there offensively. Puck back for Dell. Gets the puck deep. Allen giving chase in towards Bennett. Hard hit on the forecheck. That's been the identity for this Adrian team. Toth on the near boards, moves for Spate. Behind the net, this is Allen, shielding the puck away. Allen circling the offensive zone. Looking for Toth, just able to reach after that puck and move it back down low. Bennett, hit by Allen. Hunter Allen working hard to try and win the biscuit. Off the boards, hit delivered to Bailey Bird, pinching the puck on the wall. Bird trying to move it out. This one set towards the goal, turned aside by Beals. Down low, Makerchuk angling Allen to the wall. Puck comes free for Cullinan. Joey Cullinan meets a roadblock and Sam Spate. Still the Wolverines cannot clear it out of their zone. Finally they'll skate it out as this is a lead pass from McKeag on for Bailey Bird. Bird cuts back from the left wing. That's off the stick of David Dell and out of play behind Peyton Traska with 13:47 to go in the second period. Again, glad you joined us here on ACTV. Glad to have you with us here on the campus of the University of Michigan-Dearborn for a road radio broadcast. Calvin Keys with you. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us at Adrian College TV on all social media platforms so you can stay up to date with the latest in Adrian College athletics. Jordan Camilla taking the face-off against Jason Kapari on the far side of the Adrian zone. One back cleanly by Kapari to the point. This is Hartwell, a long shot, well wide, rebound in front. That one shaves off the shoulder of Traska and stays out. Kapari on the follow-up attempt right in front of the Bulldog goaltender. Wasn't quite able to find the corner, and he looks skyward as Peyton Traska putting that big 6'3" frame to use. Able to keep his chest in front of it. 13:42 to go in the period. Again, it's Kapari and Camilla taking this draw. Kapari knocking it forward, but back to grab it here. This is moved on for Hatcher, looking rink wide. Armstrong couldn't handle. Camilla will find it. Jordan Camilla trying to push it through. Puck is taken back by Ethan Markula. Wolverines regroup in their own territory. Sent all the way down. This will be icing against Michigan-Dearborn. Ethan McLaughlin touches up. So it's shot the length of the ice. 13:21 to go. Again, Adrian leading 2-1. Goals from Smith and Toth. Michigan-Dearborn a goal from Bennett. Tanner Beals saving 12 of 14 in net so far for Michigan-Dearborn. Peyton Traska saving 1 of 14. Puck tied up. Loose here, a quick shot coming in from Notzel, then knocked the twig out of the hands of Emery in the aftermath as Beals will hold on to that shot in tight from Notzel, an absolute ripper. Notzel continuing to exchange barbs with Nelson. Another faceoff coming up on the far side of Michigan-Dearborn end. With 13:15 left, these two teams are clear rivals. This game has a lot of intensity behind it. DeCesare lining up across from Matthews here on the far side dot of the Michigan-Dearborn end. Stanley, the rim play. Nolan is there to hold it in. DeCesare down behind the Wolverine net. They move for Notzel. Now up top, opening up. Thornton firing. That one skitters towards Beals, who will scoop it up with the catching mitt. 13:02 on the clock. DeCesare, Jamer, Notzel, Nolan, Thornton out for Adrian College. DeCesare loses the face-off to Matthews. Puck moved over for Weber on the near side. Wolverines just get it out to the neutral zone. Sent back across. Nolan trying to meander forwards. He's crunched by Weber, but able to get the puck deep. Beals sliding out to stop it with the paddle. Moves for Stanley in the far corner. Off the skate of Notzel, who intervenes at center ice. Notzel, puck bouncing on him. Being pestered by Weber. Josh Weber stealing it away on the far wing, but has his stick lifted. Slides past Stanley. All the way back for Declan Flanagan. Flanagan in front of his own goaltender, moving one up ahead. Moved on by Weber. Below the goal line, again, it is icing by Michigan-Dearborn, as Weber did not get past the center ice line. Was extremely close, but referees make the right call and deem him short of that mark. 12:22 in the second. 2-1 Adrian the score. So we've got another face-off on the near side of the Michigan-Dearborn zone. Top line out for the Bulldogs. DeJulio, one back for Gajewski, uncorks a wrister. That's off the blocker hand of Tanner Beals. Nice job by the Wolverine goaltender to get his blocker on that twisted wrister from Gajewski, and it's up into the netting. Michigan-Dearborn making a line change. Bulldogs stay with their same unit. They iced before the whistle. Dropped back by Kimball. This one played around. Bumped out by Petterly. Trying to get to this puck in time is Cunningham. Has it moved away from him by Sebastian Smith. Cunningham regaining control near center. Gajewski, touch pass on again, taken by Cunningham. David Dell will find it. Backing up behind the Adrian blue line. Moved over for Toth. Toth has it angled in by Gajewski. DeJulio in on the forecheck towards Bennett. A.J. Bennett trying to escape from DeJulio. DeJulio fighting hard, 1v2 right now, and he gets it to Sebastian Smith. Up top, Dell. Long floating shot. He scores! David Dell from way downtown, able to get on the board for goal number 2 on the season for the freshman from White Lake, Michigan. Played for the Protect Ducks in the Eastern Hockey League. He's been a great addition to the Adrian blue line. And another point shot from distance with bodies and screens in front, able to sneak past Tanner Beals. And the Bulldogs have a 3-1 lead. Huge response after conceding the first goal of this game. Adrian now with 3 unanswered. Number 2 team in the land going into their rivals' barn, the UMD Fieldhouse, and starting to get hot here. With 11:30 to go in the second period. Plenty of game left. Bulldogs looking good at the moment. Spate heading in. He'll check Makarchuk. Spate looking to win it back. Hustle has increased greatly in the second frame so far for Adrian, winning a lot more battles, getting to loose pucks a lot quicker. Makarchuk's pass cut off by Spate, but able to find the puck again. Makarchuk knocked down by Allen. Michigan-Dearborn will send this off the plexiglass. Glove down by Bird at the center ice red line, and then batted in by McKegg. Peyton Traska will leave it for Nathaniel Mott. Mott spinning one up for Hunter Allen on the near wing. Bulldogs can't get it out. Bennett's shot sticked away by Allen into the far corner of Adrian territory. Cullinan looking for the puck. This is sent into the middle. Hunter Allen waiting for his help to arrive. He'll stop up, shoots one into the far corner, and will head off for a change. Michigan-Dearborn quickly clearing it out. This is Nolan, directed up by McLaughlin. Handled by Hartwell behind the Wolverine net. 10:30 to go in the second period. Adrian leads 3-1 here on the road at Michigan-Dearborn. Puck deflects all the way down the rink. No icing on the play. Nolan. This is Sheldon Nolan, Richmond Hill, Ontario native. Looking up ice. Pass didn't connect. Hartwell will shoot right back in on the dump in for Michigan-Dearborn. Nolan. Camilla, Hatcher with speed into the offensive zone, weaving up the left side. He's angled off the puck. Hartwell crunched by Armstrong, held in at the point by Thornton as Hartwell tried to clear it out. Bulldogs looking into the middle for Hatcher now. This is dropped off for Thornton. Brody Thornton walking in with the wrister. That one may have been redirected and wide. Regained by Armstrong, as they say it was played with a high stick by the Bulldogs. Shot from Brody Thornton from the point, and now we've got a little bit of pushing and shoving between Hartwell and Hatcher. As I was saying, the long shot from Brody Thornton, I think, went off a high stick from Cameron Armstrong, went wide of the goal, bounced off the plexiglass. Armstrong touches it again, and the whistle blew for the high stick, and this faceoff will come out to the neutral ice area as a result. Again, glad you joined us for this radio broadcast of ACHA hockey on ACTV. Number 2, Adrian, taking on Michigan-Dearborn on the road. Just about an hour and 10-minute drive from the campus of Adrian College. DeCesare taking this face-off against Jason Kapari. Bulldogs win it back. Nolan sending one just to the left of Beals. Tanner Beals has been good, but has conceded 2 goals so far in the second period after making a lot of really nice stops in the first. DeCesare pickpocketing the puck near center, able to stand up Hartwell. Jamer in first, down low in Michigan-Dearborn territory. Jamer working it free for Cesare, plays it between his legs for Thornton, but it's just outside the Wolverine blue line. They'll have to regroup. Nolan back up for Jamer, who directs it down. This is Notzel. Falls for Justin Jamer. Jamer waiting, firing, and what a save by Tanner Beals, who slides across to seal off the shot from Jamer. No rebound on the play. 9:14 left to go in the second period. Adrian leading 3-1 and pouring on the pressure. Tanner Beals with a nice save, squaring off virtually one-on-one with Justin Jamer there on the play. Jamer with 4 goals and 9 assists, and this is his 21st game of the season. The official scoreline on that most recent goal from Adrian was David Dell. Assists, or rather, they're going to say it was an unassisted goal from Dell, who got the puck at the point and fired one into the top right side of the net, past Tanner Beals, as that was a cannon from Matteo DiGiulio, slap shot from the point, and Beals will punch it out into the netting with 8:57 to go in the second period. Top line out again for Adrian. DiGiulio taking the draw against Chance Matthews for the Wolverines. On the near boards, Weber will look to muscle it out. Toth at the blue line, walking the blue line, backhands a pass that could not be captured by Gajewski. Michigan-Dearborn looks to get the breakout going. This is taken out by Josh Weber. Now a 2-on-1 developing for the Wolverines. This is Matthews over across, and it was caught in the skates of Quest Bigelow, who I will mention also went down in that first period and got up and seems to be okay. But the Bulldog defenseman breaks up the chance before Bigelow could get a shot off on the 2-on-1. Great awareness. Sebastian Smith, open ice for DiGiulio, trying to sweep it on. This is gloved down by DiGiulio, but a nice last-second defensive play made by Ryan Stanley to knock it away from him. Shot in by the Wolverines, a massive hit from Josh Weber. Deck side Toth. Puck played back down low in the Adrian zone. Still they battle. Pressuring here is Chance Matthews. Ushered on ahead. Worked forward, Sebastian Smith. Smith through center with open space on the left wing with help arriving. Smith trying to move one past Makarchuk, who shut him down well on the defensive side. McLaughlin moving in, looking for the puck. Bulldogs forced to tag up as Makarchuk skates it out through the neutral zone. Makarchuk will turn backwards, doesn't like his options. Now a short pass for Bennett, who plays it forward, taken back by Mott, then returned right for Bennett. Teams shooting it back and forth in neutral ice. Finally, Michigan-Dearborn will get it deep. That's Blake Petterly delivering it there. McLaughlin trying to lift it out. Glove down by Bennett near the block M at center. Looking for Kimball, pass didn't connect. Cunningham wins the race to negate the icing after a miscue on the passing play, moving up ice for the Wolverines. This is knocked on by Caleb Mins. Makarchuk will handle. Josh Makarchuk tripped up, goes down to the ice. No arm up in the air as of yet, as reaching in there was Hunter Allen. Allen getting the puck down now, and he is stymied. Good defensive play by Petterly to backtrack to shut down Allen. McLaughlin, the point shot. Paddled away that time by A.J. Bennett, who's got the lone goal for the Wolverines. Kimball will carry it up ice and shoot in, chasing after the puck after getting it deep. Mott moving it for Connor Graham. McLaughlin up ice. Spate dropped off for Graham. Walking a tightrope there at the blue line are the Bulldogs, but Graham will move it down into the near corner of the Michigan-Dearborn zone. Hunter Allen, heavy body check, found by Graham. Trying to get away from pressure. Still Connor Graham looking to move it on the cycle. Nobody home except A.J. Bennett. Bennett moving it out front for McKegg. Now it'll find Bailey Bird. Bird dealing it down low to Chase. Traska will come out to glove the puck with 6:16 left to go in the second period. Bulldogs lead 3-1 with a face-off upcoming in their own end. On the near side of Bulldog territory. This face-off is won by Adrian. Lofted out by Sheldon Nolan. Now it's caressed by Hartwell, who will look up along for Cullinan, looking to sidestep Camilla. And now it's stolen away by Nash Hatcher. Camilla on the follow-up after Hatcher lost the puck. Camilla into the near corner of the Michigan-Dearborn zone. His pass cut off by Bailey Bird. Looking to escape by Nolan. Puck squirts out towards center. And now Cullinan heading forwards. Hit hard by Thornton. Centering pass. And a good back check there by Cam Armstrong to try and knock it away from McKegg, who was looking to get a shot off. Still, the Bulldogs can't clear. This is Stanley, who's been great defensively for Michigan-Dearborn in this game. Bird takes a hard hit. Michigan-Dearborn plays it back in, tags up, and now handling it behind the goal is Sheldon Nolan. Quick pass for Hatcher, who then returns it right back to the grad student defenseman Nolan. Nolan, stretch feed, angled on by Hatcher, taken away by Stanley. Stanley back up, could not be speared on by Markula. Teams contesting for it in neutral ice as the puck will carry him off the Adrian bench. And Camilla coming together with Stanley with 5:15 left to go in the second period. Face off in the neutral zone with the Adrian Bulldogs leading 3-1. If you're just joining us, Michigan-Dearborn had the first goal here at home. A.J. Bennett assisted by Joey Cullinan and Josh Makarchuk at 2:42. Bulldogs responded on the power play at 11:34 of the first. It was Sebastian Smith from Dylan Gajewski off a sweet passing play and a nice finish. Then it was Cy Toth from David Dell and Sam Spate, 2:31 into the second period. And then 6 minutes later at the 8:24 mark, David Dell scored again from the point unassisted to beat Tanner Beals and give the Bulldogs a 3-1 lift, scoring 3 unanswered. This one will fall for Noetzel. Nice right pad stop made by Beals on the quick release to Cesare down in some discomfort on the near side of the Michigan-Dearborn zone. Stanley moves it on for Nelson. He'll handle the puck on the left wing. Centering pass. Shot won't get off. Flanagan the follow-up. Right pad stop made by Peyton Traska. First action he's had to stop in a minute and then makes another save in short succession on Kapari. Noetzel on the near boards at center will opt to pitchfork it and head off for a change. Stanley, stretch feed with Adrian changing. Looking on ahead for Dawson Nelson, who didn't have a lot of time and will spin it down. Traska to handle it for Mott, who quickly will look up for DiGiulio. And behind, a 2-on-0, but Sebastian Smith couldn't handle the pass. Now he'll find it on the left wing. Smith, able to stay on his feet, returns it to the point. McLaughlin steps into a shot. What a tip by Sebastian Smith, and he scores! Sebastian Smith, his second of the game, tipped it right in front of Beals, and then dives for the follow-up shot to make it 4-1 Bulldogs here on the road. Just a sweet passing play. Smith was going to have a great chance on the break, 2-on-0. He had himself and a teammate in behind Michigan-Dearborn while they were changing. Pass came in a little bit too hot for him to handle, but then was able to race after it on the left wing. Returned it to the point to McLaughlin, who fired a long shot. Smith tipped it down, went off the left pad of Beals, and then he dove after it to smack it in on the back end. What an athletic play by Sebastian Smith. His second of the game. Looks for another there as that caromed off the glove of Beals. Heads into the far corner. Still Sebastian Smith going to work. Looking like the Energizer Bunny out there right now with the effort he's putting out. Quest Bigelow off the boards right into the referee and taken right back in by Sebastian Smith once more. Graham trying to get off the ice. This is taken the other direction by Bigelow. Gets the zone entry in the Adrian end. Can't get a clean shot off as hit from behind there is Mins. Back down low for Bigelow. Skipping by him with the puck here is DiGiulio. DiGiulio lifted out. Couldn't be found by Allen. Shot right back towards Traska. That was A.J. Bennett from distance, and Traska will hold on with the Wolverines forechecking towards him. 3:19 left to go in the second period. Adrian leads 4-1 over Michigan-Dearborn. Most recent goal came at 15:53. Sebastian Smith, his second of the game, assisted by Ethan McLaughlin. Perfect execution with McLaughlin, shooting one high towards the goal. Sebastian Smith getting in front, then dodging out of the way at the last second, tipping the puck downwards. And now on the season for Smith, who is a junior from Pinckney, Michigan, played for Worcester of the USPHL. Now in his junior year, Smith with goals 16 and 17 in this game in his 23rd game of the season. Junior having a great season. Sam Spade will find this one in the neutral zone as play resumes. Hunter Allen angled off by Hartwell, but able to stay on his feet. Out muscles Hartwell, gets it out front. Caleb Mins looking for the biscuit. Return for Thornton. Walking the tightrope at the blue line. Nolan just able to keep it in, but sent it right off of Wolverine and Ian Kimball, who momentarily clears it. Now Nolan from way at center shoots one towards the chest of Beals, who keeps it out. Dearborn trying to put together a breakout, but they turn it over right to Brody Thornton, who shoots right back in. This one wrapped all the way around. Emery trying to play it out. Wolverines look to be exhausted after playing in their own end for most of this period. Bulldogs have had a strong forecheck and really nice passing play in the middle frame. 2:30 to go in the second as a shot is sent over the shoulder of Peyton Traska on a dump in from Michigan-Dearborn. Played on by Mins. This is Hatcher chasing after it, but didn't get there in time as Sam Hartwell, first man to the puck, icing. Face-off coming back into the Adrian zone here with 2:19 remaining in the period. A period where the Bulldogs have scored all 3 of the goals. Side toss, David Dell and Sebastian Smith with his second provide a 3-goal lead for the Dogs. This face-off again is tied up. Skating forward with it is Nash Hatcher, taking some hacks from Bird from behind. Bird able to take it away. Spate moving in to assist Hatcher just outside the Michigan-Dearborn zone. Now Hatcher, toe dragging, trying to hold on. Taken back away by Emery. Emery weaving through center and a nice find towards Craig McKegg. McKegg looking to the middle. That one cut off. Good back check by Spate. And now Cameron Armstrong the other way with Hatcher and Spate with him. Armstrong will shoot it himself off the left shoulder of Tanner Beals. And out of play. Opted to shoot it alone. And Tanner Beals able to make the save. Puck dropped once again, and the Wolverines win it back for Ryan Stanley. Sent off the plexiglass. Dell will pinch along the wall at center ice to find the puck and then shoot it back towards Michigan-Dearborn. About a minute and a half left in this second period. Calvin Keys here with you for this radio broadcast on ACTV as the Wolverines will ice the puck. And with $1:31 left in the middle stanza, another chance for the Bulldogs in the offensive zone off a face-off. Shots are now 24-16 favoring Adrian as they work it back to the point. Long shot by David Dell. On the slap shot, it's Beals getting the waffle board on it. Hatcher opening up, firing. That went off the back of Ryan Stanley, the Wolverine defenseman in front. Now back again at the point for Toth. Moves it over. David Dell. That one sent an acre wide of the net. Toth racing to keep it in as the puck skittered around the wall. Camilla back down for Cameron Armstrong. Armstrong spinning it, but that one only made its way to Ethan Markula. Finally skated out by the Wolverines. As this is Smodgy. Noah Smodgy playing it below the goal line here in the final minute of the second period. Bulldogs lead by 3. They're up 4-1. The headline is 2 goals from Sebastian Smith so far to get him to 17 goals on the season. Big neutral ice hit by Jordan Camilla. Ryan Stanley paid the price. Dell lofted back towards Michigan-Dearborn. 40 seconds left now in the period. This one cut off at center by McLaughlin. Chad Noetzel will pick it up. Spinning forward with 30 seconds left to shoot for the Bulldog. Noetzel skipping away by Stanley, who was able to stick it away. Noetzel still hounding after the puck. McLaughlin opens up, fires a low slap shot as Noetzel was knocked over by Noah Smodgy, who lowered the boom on Noetzel. 23 seconds left as Tanner Beals is forced to make another save on a point try from McLaughlin. A little bit of a slow start from Adrian, but they've really found their game, especially in this second period, playing really hard-nosed and team hockey as well as competitive. DeCesare, Jamer, Noetzel, the forward line for Adrian right now. They stay out on the ice. Jamer crunching A.J. Bennett in the near corner. This is taken back by Matthews, dipping this way and that behind the Wolverine goal. Matthews trying to shoot it ahead. Noetzel gloved it down to keep it in. Sidesteps a checker. Jamer holding on. 7 seconds left. 5 seconds. Matthews will find this one and spin below his own goal line. Taking a hit from Noetzel. Puck still loose, but clock will expire before DeCesare could send one towards goal. And heading into the second intermission of play, Bulldogs lead 4-1 over the Wolverines. They get goals in this second frame from Cy Toth, David Dell, and a second from Sebastian Smith to put them up 4-1 in this contest here at the UMD Fieldhouse on the road in Dearborn, Michigan. Solid period for Peyton Traska after allowing a goal 2.5 minutes in. Doesn't allow a single shot to get past him here in this second period. And we head into the third. Bulldogs, a 3-goal advantage. They're up 4-1. Stay with us here for more Bulldog hockey. The third period coming up in about 15 minutes. Calvin Keys with you here for this radio broadcast on the road for ACTV. Glad you've joined us. 20 more minutes still to play here from the UMD Fieldhouse.
There are so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
Welcome back inside the UMD Fieldhouse, home of the Michigan-Dearborn Wolverines. That's who the Adrian College Bulldogs face today in a non-conference matchup. Adrian College leading 4-1 over their opponents from Dearborn heading into this third and final period. 20 minutes up on the board. That's the amount of time we have still to be played in this contest. Michigan-Dearborn looking to put together a comeback. Bulldogs looking to keep their foot on the gas pedal. It's one back, and this will be sent out to neutral ice. Bennett able to get away from one hit. Now it's snapped in by Josh Weber. Peyton Traska, the Adrian goaltender, able to corral it behind the goal. They look for Gajewski on the near wall. Dylan Gajewski sidesteps one. Moved on for Matteo DiGiulio at center ice. DiGiulio moving right to left. He's in on the left wing. Fires a wrister. Missed the mark with the shot, and it'll glide all the way back out towards center where David Dell will airmail one back just wide of Tanner Beals, the Michigan-Dearborn goaltender's crease. Banked ahead by Bigelow. Matthews for the Wolverines carrying into the Adrian zone. He goes down to the ice after colliding hard with the Bulldog. I think that's DiGiulio still holding his head after his bubble got unstrapped, kind of putting a headlock there awkwardly from Matthews. Bulldogs send the puck all the way down, but it's on net towards Beals, so no icing on the play. Bigelow lost it. Now Smith spun back up. Sam Spate. Hesitation move. Pops. And that one off the chest of Beals and kept out by the Dearborn goaltender, who will have to play really well in this third period in order to give his team a chance to come back in the game against number 2 ranked Adrian, down 4-1. Dell off the boards. Jamer up in the air. Now found by Spate. Picks it up at center ice. Carries in on the right wing. Trying to center for Allen. Had it sticked away by Stanley. Other direction, this is Nelson for the Wolverines. Deals one into the far corner of the Adrian zone. McLaughlin back for it as Makerchuk bearing in on him. Moving in for it now is Nelson. Comes together with Mins. Now wedged against the wall is Spate trying to dig it free, but instead it's Nelson for the Wolverines. Now Cunningham pressed into the wall by Mott. Spate takes it back, sends one up through center. Allen trying to get on his horse, skating forwards in towards Bennett, and Tanner Beals, as it was gliding towards the blue paint, will have to quickly stick it aside. Cunningham through neutral ice is able to move this one for Ian Kimball. Shot doesn't trickle through McLaughlin, who's in front of his own goaltender. Now this one just sent over the right pad of Traska. That was Kimball, who sent an odd bouncing puck nearly over the right pad of Traska and into the net, but the Adrian goaltender got just enough of it. Now the Bulldogs the other way in the offensive zone. This is Camilla driving wide, sending one back across, tipped in by Hatcher. They score! Nash Hatcher points to his line mate Jordan Camilla after Camilla displayed great patience holding onto the puck, driving wide behind the Michigan-Dearborn defense, and Nash Hatcher, great awareness to head towards the net, get his stick on the ice, and just an easy tap in off a marvelous pass from the freshman from New Boston, Michigan, Jordan Camilla, who will get the assist. The center with a tasty dish towards Hatcher. You know, you got to feel that going into the first intermission with the game tied 1-1 after allowing the first goal in this game and taking some bad penalties in the first period, the Bulldogs were just about as hungry to score goals moving forward in the game as I was heading into the second intermission. But just like the hot dog and nachos I enjoyed before this third period started, the Bulldogs' goals were delectable from the second period moving on, and now they have one in the third. Credit to Nash Hatcher for the Bulldogs. But for Hatcher, he's now got 15 goals on the season. Jordan Camilla's assist gives him 10 on the year and 14 total points in 21 games for the freshman Camilla, the Michigan native. McKegg trying to keep it in. Instead, this is taken away. And Brody Thornton, the Bulldog defenseman, getting up on the rush, former forward in junior hockey, where he played for the Metro Jets of the United States Premier Hockey League, showing he can operate as a forward as well. Wolverines forced to chip this one down. They say it deflected off the glove of Thornton, so no icing. David Dell back behind his goaltender, Peyton Traska, to grab the puck. Waiting out front to try and angle him off is Noah Smagi, but Dell will move it for Notzel. Notzel dancing in. Justin Jamer beat him over the blue line. That'll be a offsides call. Adrian leading 5-1 with 16:19 to go in the third period. You're listening to Bulldog Hockey, ACHA D1 men's hockey, as they are on the road against Michigan-Dearborn today. Calvin Keys with you for this radio call on ACTV. Hope you're enjoying the action from wherever you may be listening. We're glad to have you with us. Face-off is one back. This is Cy Toth, moved over for David Dell. Dell lofts one in. This is off the side of the net, and Tanner Beals will snap it up quickly as the ever-speedy Sebastian Smith, who already has 2 goals in this game, sniffing up that puck like a bloodhound, looking for number 3, trying to send the Hats cascading onto the ice, although on the road there might not be many. But the point is, Sebastian Smith's been great. And again, we see this patented face-off formation on the near side of the Michigan-Dearborn zone with Matteo DiGiulio taking the draw with Dylan Gajewski right behind him, trying to find juice and get a quick shot on net here. This is one backwards for Ryan Stanley. Stanley moving it D to D. This will be skated out unimpeded by Josh Weber for the Wolverines. Nice pass over for Matthews, who mishandled it on the left wing as the Wolverines enter the Adrian zone. Matthews tied up with Sebastian Smith in the near corner as now Weber looking to work it free. Instead, it's the captain for the Bulldogs, DiGiulio, sending one skittering through the neutral zone. Regained by Flanagan for the Wolverines. Off the skate of Weber, comes together with Toth. DiGiulio below the goal line. Cycle took an odd bounce off the plexiglass, off of Stanchion. This one sent back towards Traska, who gloves it off the shot from Quest. Bigelow. 15:35 to go in the third. Adrian up 5-1 here against Michigan-Dearborn after allowing the first goal 2.5 minutes in a scary moment at the UMD Fieldhouse. They have scored 5 straight. Sebastian Smith. Then it was David Dell. Then it was Cy Toth. Then it was Sebastian Smith again. And in this third period, it's been Nash Hatcher tipping in a great feed from Jordan Camilla. Back down for Bigelow as the Wolverines just able to keep it in. Players exchange chops. That was Allen getting into it with Weber. As Mott will dump the puck in deep. Allen giving chase upon Bennett, who's got the only Michigan-Dearborn goal. A.J. Bennett, who scored off a nice point shot. We've had a lot of shots from defensemen going in today from the blue line. As a former defenseman myself, that's something I love to see. Tips and screens, that's got to be the motto for any defenseman shooting from the point. That's what both teams have gotten today. Hunter Allen knocked the stick out of Makarchuk's hands with a heavy hit. Players battling tooth and nail for the puck as the Wolverines finally able to move it out of their own territory. This is Bigelow, tired, fanned on the dump in, but still able to get it below the goal line where it's found by Ethan McLaughlin. 14:45 to go in the third period here from the UMD Fieldhouse. I'm Calvin Keys, excuse me. Glad you've joined us for this radio call. I want to thank the athletic department from Michigan-Dearborn for letting us use their audio system after we were having some technical difficulties. So thank you to them for helping us get on the air here on ACTV. And thanks to the ACHA D1 Dogs for letting me travel with them to do this broadcast on the road. Not something we normally do, but when the game's just an hour away, why not go have some fun? Rivalry hockey in the ACHA between Adrian and Michigan-Dearborn. As a long dump in slides towards Peyton Traska. Chalk that one up as another save for the Adrian netminder. As Traska has now made 17 in this game. On the other end of the rink, Tanner Beals has made 24. Shots 29-18 in favor of Adrian after they were outshot 14-12 in the first period. One back by Camilla for Brody Thornton in the near corner of the Adrian zone. He'll look up for Cameron Armstrong. Armstrong scampers ahead, but turned the puck right over towards Emery. And we get a whistle and a stoppage as Emery was pushed into the dasher boards. And it looks as if offsides was the call. Michigan-Dearborn bench wants an intentional offside call after the arm was in the air for delay, but I did not hear the referees indicating that. I don't think the players did either, so that's why Adrian continued to attack. Right outside the Wolverine zone. This is one back for Hartwell. Across now. Jake Emery will skip by Connor Graham. Shoot one, bouncing. A goaltender's worst nightmare towards Traska, but he kept it out. Thornton trying to poke one by Bird. Bird flying away from Thornton, grabbing the puck. Bulldogs trying to work it out. Now behind the net, it's Camilla for Adrian. High pass will be brought down by the skate of Armstrong, but still Adrian cannot clear. Camilla will go back to try and do so once more. In the far corner, he's crunched. Graham able to move it off the window. Now it's one-on-one. Cameron Armstrong versus Sam Hartwell. Armstrong on the left wing. Shot one right into the Michigan-Dearborn cursive text on the chest of Tanner Beals' sweater, and he'll pin it there, smothering it for a whistle as both teams will get changes with 13:25 remaining in the contest. Again, your scoring summary here today At 2:42, A.J. Bennett from Joey Cullinan and Josh McCarchuk for Michigan-Dearborn. 11:34 of the first, Sebastian Smith from Dylan Gajewski on the power play. At 2:31 of the second, Cy Toth from David Dell and Sam Spate. At 8:24 of the second, David Dell assisted by Matteo DiGiulio. And then later on at 15:53 of the second, Sebastian Smith, his second of the game from Connor Graham and Matteo DiGiulio. And then in this third period, the lone goal at the 2:21 mark, Nash Hatcher from Jordan Camilla and Cameron Armstrong. Wolverines trying to get it clear here with 13 minutes to go in the game. They're able to center it for Smaji. Noah Smaji, that one banked off Dell. David Dell, one of his best performances of the season for the freshman blue liner. He's got a goal and an assist and has made a lot of nice defensive plays in his own end as well, which is, equally important as the offensive contributions. Forced out by Noetzel. Adrian can finally get a change after Michigan-Dearborn got a bit of a forecheck going. Makarchuk, cut off by Sebastian Smith, also has 2 goals in this game for a 2-point night with Dell. Tied with Dell, I should say. Mott stops up behind Peyton Traska. Gajewski and Smith will circle up ice. Gajewski receiving the vulcanized rubber disc. He'll move up through center. This is knocked away by Bigelow. Right back for McLaughlin, who will regroup the Dogs. DiGiulio squeaked one by Emery. Now trying to find the puck. Sebastian Smith cutting in, had his stick lifted. Looking to carry it out is Matthews. Hit by Gajewski. Still Makarchuk can't clear. This is pickpocketed by Gajewski. Looking across for DiGiulio. Pass was behind the Adrian center and captain. Emery looking for it. Gajewski will steal it away again from behind the net. Centered out front. Quick release, and he scores. Matteo DiGiulio. Top line rolling for the Bulldogs as Gajewski finds DiGiulio, and he snaps one. I believe it was under the left pad of Beals to make it a 6-1 hockey game with still 11 minutes and 45 seconds to be played. Adrian's been persistent when they've lost the puck. They've worked hard to get it back, especially in this last period and a half, and they're just Michigan-Dearborn unable to take that pressure. Gajewski, an unselfish play. DiGiulio unmarked in the slot, receives the pass. Literally, it was on and off his stick lickety-split. In less than a split second, tough for a goaltender to track. And that puck's coming from behind the net. By the time you look at the shooter, the puck's already behind you. Incredible release there from yours truly, Matteo DiGiulio. 12 goals on the season, tied for the team lead in points with 33. Although now he's got 35 on the year, a goal and 2 assists taken into account today for DiGiulio, the captain leading the team in points now with that goal. Thornton played on for Spade as he stands up the hit from Nelson. Allen got caught up with the referee behind the Michigan-Dearborn goal. Spade sends one on, and that'll be captured by Tanner Beals. Cunningham getting into it with the Bulldogs. Crowd will gather beside Tanner Beals' net. Whistle being blown. It's Allen and Spate in the fray with Hartwell, Nelson, as well as Emery. No penalties coming out of this. Players will separate. 11:10 left to go in the third. Adrian leading 6-1, and frustrations revealing themselves from the Wolverines here in front of a impressive home crowd, and they've played really well, especially for the first 20 to 30 minutes, but collapsing under the smothering pressure of the trademark Bulldog forecheck. Hatcher poking this one back out to neutralize off the faceoff for Nolan. Will bank it right back in. Bulldogs have to tag up as they went in offside. Camilla arguing the call with the referee. Hartwell gave it right back away to Camilla. Sidesteps one with a nice one-touch deke. Now fires a shot. That bounces. Juicy rebound off Beals. Bulldogs can't find it. Trying to slip it out there was Kimball, but it's held in by Thornton and now down into the near corner of the Michigan-Dearborn zone. Hatcher back across. Nolan. Snap back for Hatcher on the left side of the net. Can't find a man in the middle. Bounced off the wall. Camilla pump fakes the slap shot. Now he's knocked over by a huge hit from Cunningham, but still regaining control now. This is Cameron Armstrong looking up top for Thornton. Fires a wrist shot off the right post and out. Bulldogs maintain possession. This is a great shift from this Adrian team, but Armstrong tried to send a shot on net. It went off the shin of Dawson Nelson and up out of play. Big whistle for the Wolverines as they were incredibly tired, and Camilla exchanges pleasantries with Cunningham as he heads off for a line change. 10:14 to go in this one. Face off on the far side of the Michigan-Dearborn zone upcoming. Another face-off win. Toth will caress the puck. Looking down for Connor Graham. Dressed as the extra skater outside of the 4 forward lines, but has gotten a decent amount of ice time, especially as Adrian's been leading. Graham, a junior from Lake Orion, Michigan. A lot of Michigan players in this Adrian lineup. Noetzel dancing, holding on to the puck. Dell, who's got 2 points in the game, looks over for Cy Toth. Both of those defensemen have a goal. It's the second D pairing for the Bulldogs, both getting on the board in this one, as Dell will shake off a hit from McKegg, knocking number 37 in white from Michigan-Dearborn over. Pass will make its way all the way ahead, however. Bird trying to squeak by Toth, knocks over the Adrian defenseman as Michigan-Dearborn plays it deep. Dell returning the favor with the big hit. This is back, winding, firing as Smodgy. Shot didn't get through. Dell moving on for Noetzel on the far wing. Crosses over his own blue line as he takes a couple of chops from Bird. Still holding on and plays it deep. Referees have really let him play today. The officiating's been consistent, but it's made for a physical and feisty contest, which is the most entertaining sort of game as a hockey fan. So not a lot of special teams involved. Adrian has the lone power play goal. All the penalties called came in the first period, 2 against the Bulldogs and 1 against the Wolverines, and since then we've not seen a single whistle, despite maybe some slashes, hooks, and trips that maybe could warrant it, as well as some extracurricular activity after the play. Referees have let play continue on, and it's really helped the flow and pace as well as the entertainment value of this game. Sent back around the boards by Noah Smodgy. Gajewski trying to chop it out lumberjack style, missed the puck entirely, but now he'll look for Mott. Mott into the middle. Matteo DiGiulio. Backhand on for Mott, trying to straddle the blue line. Pass didn't make it to him, as getting a piece of that feed was Markula to slow the trajectory. Makarchuk out of his own end will skate it forwards. Meandering on, getting past a herd of Bulldogs. Now a shot that whistled by the glove hand of Traska and wide of the post as a big head right in front of the Adrian bench. That will draw a cheer from the Bulldogs. And now a pass in behind. Sebastian Smith on the breakaway, looking for the hat trick. Full spread eagle from Tanner Beals to keep it out, hugging that right post. He'll stretch out the right pad to deny Smith as he tried to wait out the Wolverine goaltender. A1 save from Beals there to deny arguably one of the Bulldogs' best players here today. 7:50 to go. Skating out from behind his own net, this is A.J. Bennett. Taken away. Moved on by Allen. He met a roadblock. Spate trying to follow her up. That's pickpocketed by Matthews for the Wolverines. Sloppy pass goes right back to Nolan. Bulldogs reloading just outside the Wolverine blue. Allen has a teammate, the wide open Sam Spate from the left wing. Back over for Allen. Hunter Allen taps it in for 7. Allen, a new addition for this Bulldog team, is a freshman from Trenton, Michigan, coming over mid-season from the Oklahoma Warriors of the North American Hockey League. And man, has he been a great addition. Allen, this is his second game of the season. Got his first goal as a Bulldog in his first game, which was last Friday night, I believe, or last Thursday night, I should say, against Western Michigan. He gets another goal today in his second game. So goals in consecutive games, his first 2 as a Bulldog for Hunter Allen. Good for him. Talking to him on the bus ride over here to Dearborn, he was saying that playing for the Bulldogs has really made hockey more fun for him again. I believe he was teammates with Nash Hatcher, either in youth hockey or junior hockey, and he played a big part in helping recruit him to this Bulldog team, and he says that he's really enjoyed the decision to come play for Adrian College's Hatcher! Huge hit. Look out, Quest Bigelow. He got hit by a freight train in Hatcher, and Nash Hatcher carrying it up now. Shot off the stick of the Wolverine defenseman Emery and wide. But as I was saying, good to see Hunter Allen finding a home here in Adrian and enjoying playing for the Bulldogs, having some success with 2 goals in this his second game. 1 goal in this game, but 2 total across a pair of games after joining the team for the new year, for the new semester in 2024. Certainly more fun to play hockey when you're having fun and when you're having success, and that's what Allen's doing right now. Mott off the boards. Nelson off his skate, comes all the way back for the Wolverine defenseman Flanagan. He moves it across. This is Stanley moving it on out of his own territory into the Adrian zone. Losing a handle on his stick was Jamer, so Stanley again will regroup in Wolverine territory. Flanagan and Stanley playing catch. Now Stanley, the stretch feed. That's lofted up. Nice wedge by Kimball to direct it behind Mott. Cunningham getting the moneymakers pumping on the forecheck behind the goal line. He'll spin this one out. Jamer looking for it. corralled by Mott. Worked for Jamer on the right wing, skating it out of the Adrian zone. He hits the tape of the guy they call Cheese, Matt DeCesare. Jamer swooping in with 5:43 to play. Adrian leads 7-1. And what's been a great night all around. They actually gave up the first goal in this game, but since then it's been 7 straight, and Adrian really in the driver's seat for the last 40-plus minutes. Cunningham lost the puck. Sebastian Smith, the Michigan move against Michigan-Dearborn. He scores. The dual sport athlete from Pinckney, Michigan, Sebastian Smith, scores the Michigan goal. He plays hockey and tennis at Adrian College. Maybe he's got to try out for the lacrosse team as well. That was a heck of a goal. Picking it up in a moment's notice. Didn't have a lot of real estate behind the net to grab that puck. That is not only a hat trick goal, it's a Michigan goal. The Michigan move from Sebastian Smith. Just a few minutes away from where that move was founded by Mike Legg of the University of Michigan Wolverines. Sebastian Smith pulls it off against the University of Michigan-Dearborn. And, man, I can't state this enough. I hope that was caught on the Michigan-Dearborn video broadcast. He picked that puck up so quickly. That was a thing of beauty from Sebastian Smith. Is known for pulling off some highlight reel goals. He's got a hat trick in this game. Has been putting on a show all night, and especially with that move. Dylan Gajewski will soak up a shot, blocking it out into the neutral zone. Smith on a tear right now. 18 goals on the season now with 3 in this game. As Makarchuk and DeJulio exchanging verbal barbs with the referee to separate them. We get a whistle with 4:49 left to go. Still in awe of that shot from Sebastian Smith. And really thankful that we get the chance to be on the air at all because we were missing some of our equipment. We came down to Dearborn today to do this radio broadcast, and the Michigan-Dearborn athletic department did a really nice job of setting us up to still be able to do this radio feed. So I can't thank them enough for the opportunity to be able to narrate this game to you viewers at home and what's been an entertaining one. And much closer than the 8-1 score indicates, although Adrian has really demoralized this Michigan-Dearborn team, sort of taken over in the third. They're out shooting the Wolverines 36-20. Adrian clears it out of their own end. Jake Emery will control. Moves for Hartwell. He's been reliable for Michigan-Dearborn tonight. Spate picked off Hartwell's pass. A howitzer from Allen sliding over. As I didn't realize, but we've got a goaltender change. Trevor Heslop is now between the pipes for the Wolverines, and he made a really nice save for his first of the game on Hunter Allen. Just 4 minutes left in this one. Tempers could flare here. Dell didn't like taking an elbow there from Cullinan in low in the Adrian zone and return the favor. Cullinan laying some heavy cross-checks on the backs of Toth and Dell as players battle in the near corner for the puck. That puck was trapped there in the near corner for about 15 seconds. Still, Dell receiving his money's worth from Craig McKegg behind the play. Finally, they'll separate. Hartwell lobbing one in with 3:35 to go. This is icing against Hartwell with the score 8-1. Adrian leading. 19 saves for Peyton Traska. Tanner Beals saves 28 but has let in 7, so Trevor Heslop steps in to replace him. Looking at the points leaders for the Bulldogs in this game, Mateo DeJulio has a goal and 2 assists. Sebastian Smith, the big story, he's got a hat trick as well as the Michigan move to complete the hat trick, which is incredible stuff. Dylan Gajewski, 2 assists. David Dell, a goal and an assist. All around great performance from Adrian. Hatcher, huge hit on Hartwell, and they'll exchange words. Have to imagine Hatcher and Hartwell will both head to the sin bin here momentarily. Hatcher stopped and tried to go back after Hartwell again, having words with him. After I think Hartwell initially, or is Hatcher going in on the forecheck, a little bit of a late hit on Hartwell. Hartwell gave it right back to him. Not much physical pushing and shoving, but lots of words that likely hurt both players. And Hatcher and Hartwell both to the box. 4-on-4 hockey for the next 2 minutes with 3:23 remaining. Didn't see a penalty call signal. Imagine it'll be roughing both ways. Camilla, Mott, Armstrong, and McLaughlin sent out on the ice for Adrian. It is Cunningham, Stanley, Kimball, and Flanagan for the Wolverines, with Heslop recently entering the net for Michigan-Dearborn. Bulldogs still have Peyton Traska holding down the fort, has saved 19 of 20 in this game. Sloppy pass from Stanley, taken away by Camilla. Armstrong in the near corner of the Michigan-Dearborn zone. Puck skittering around. Able to evade both Bulldogs is Cunningham. Open ice to cross over his own blue line. Now a saucer for Kimball. He couldn't corral. Mott pirouettes away from Kimball. Pass is too far ahead of Armstrong. Stanley stepping up to keep it inside the blue line. Hesitation move as he walks in. Tries to shoot one from an acute angle. That one sent about a mile over the crossbar. Long shot here, bouncing around. Great chance for Flanagan. Went off a body in front. Thought it might skip by Traska, but stays in front of the Adrian goaltender. Kimball has a stick knocked away 4-on-4 by Notzel. Camilla takes it back. 58 seconds of 4-on-4 play left. 2:18 to go in the game. Bulldogs lead 8-1. 8 unanswered. The story in this one after allowing a goal 2:30 in. Michigan-Dearborn came out of the gate hot, but the Bulldogs have really taken control. Thornton, long shot from the middle of the ice up top, and Heslop makes his second save on his second shot faced. A.J. Bennett, the goal scorer early on for Michigan-Dearborn. Looking at the future schedule for both these teams. For the Bulldogs, they will host Michigan-Dearborn on Thursday in Adrian, Michigan at 7:30. I'll be back on the call for that one with Alex Herman. We'll have a video TV broadcast on ACTV Thursday at 7:30 as the Bulldogs host the Michigan-Dearborn Wolverines after going on the road to face the Wolverines tonight. Notzel's looking for the puck. This is Chad Notzel. Sneaks by Thornton. After facing Michigan-Dearborn on Thursday, Bulldogs will then have one of their toughest GLCHL conference matchups the week after that. On Saturday of this week, they will host Trine University for Senior Day, and then next Thursday and Saturday it'll be next Thursday it'll be home against the Calvin Knights, and then Saturday they will travel to Grand Rapids to take on they will host Calvin again. Sorry. Reading is difficult sometimes. But it's Trine, Michigan-Dearborn again Thursday, Trine Saturday, and then Calvin in a back-to-back, both games at home next week. There, I think we finally got it. Entering the final minute of play here, and what's been a nice performance from Adrian College. Looking at the other side of things, obviously Michigan-Dearborn will play Adrian again on Thursday, and then they'll have Cleary playing in Howell, and then at home the Friday and Saturday after that. Players battling down low. This is taken by Emery. Steered on along for Nelson with 40 seconds left on the clock. Adrian just seeking to close out this 8-1 victory, and what's been dominant. They've looked more and more convincing as the game has gone on. A chance on the back door. They score! At the very end of the game, it's Ian Kimball, the recipient of a fortunate bounce. Traska trying to dive over in desperation, but Kimball a wide open net to shoot at, and he'll find the finish with 30 seconds left to cut the Adrian lead to 6 goals. A little bit of a sour taste here at the end for Adrian, but still up by 6, and that was a bonkers bounce. I think it was an initial shot coming from Cunningham from the right side, just outside the slot for Michigan-Dearborn. Bounced off a Bulldog. Kimball was all alone in front with the puck skipping. He was able to find it, knock it forwards towards the goal as it hit the ice, and then beat Traska as the goaltender was hung out to dry there on the bad bounce. Smith looking for goal number 4. Bottom of the ice sealed up by Heslop as Kimball slew foots to Julio, I believe. And we've got a pair of combatants in Gajewski and Cunningham who were tangled up. Thankfully, DeJulio looks to be okay. It looked like Kimball may have sideswiped him there. There's 16 seconds left on the clock as we got a stoppage. Scoreline 8-2 Adrian. This clock just needs to be ran out. Nothing good's going to come out of these final 16 seconds, I can tell you that. Might have been an incidental collision. I don't want to point fingers. It looked like Kimball kind of came in from behind on DeJulio, but then again, hockey is a fast-paced sport. He may have just caught him awkwardly, so you never know. The good thing is DeJulio is back up on his skates. Looks to be all right. DeJulio, one back for Gajewski, who will shoot this one down low. 10 seconds. Sebastian Smith carries the puck behind the Michigan-Dearborn goal, where he recently scored that superb Michigan move to seal the hat trick. He's one of the stars. Mateo DeJulio also a goal and 2 assists. as the clock expires. And on the road in Dearborn, Michigan, Adrian College takes down one of their fiercest foes, the Michigan-Dearborn Wolverines, by an emphatic decision of 8-2. Again, looking through the scoring summary in this game, a goal and 2 assists for Matteo DiGiulio for a total of 3 points. Sebastian Smith, arguably the top performer for Adrian, he gets the hat trick, the third goal coming on a sublime Michigan move. Dylan Gajewski adds 2 assists, and the freshman David Dell, a breakout game with a goal and an assist to add to the tallies as Peyton Traska saves 19 of 21 to get the win with Noah Ducatney under the weather. The freshman netminder steps in and stands tall. Michigan-Dearborn getting both of their goals from Ian Kimball and A.J. Bennett. As the Wolverines salute their fans, the Bulldogs will skate off the ice victorious. They're not the victors valiant today. Adrian is, and they will head home and be happy with the way this one resulted, as it's just all hands on deck for the Bulldogs. Strong performances from everyone. And as we mentioned, plenty of guys chipping in with some big point totals. And thank you to the ACHA men's D1 hockey team for having us here, allowing us to travel and do this radio broadcast. And thanks to the Michigan-Dearborn Athletic Department for helping make this broadcast possible as well. And thank you to you, the listener, for tuning in. Normally this is where I'd thank my entire crew, but on the road for radio broadcasts, I am the crew. So appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on all platforms at Adrian College TV to stay up to date with Adrian Athletics. Well, that does it here from the UMD Fieldhouse in Dearborn, Michigan. Final score, Bulldogs 8, Wolverines 2 here on the road. They'll host Michigan-Dearborn on Thursday night at 7:30 back home at the Arrington Ice Arena. For all of us here at ACTV, I'm Calvin Keese. Have a great Tuesday night.